Hello and welcome to the 71st episode of the Gochuucast, which has just been a whole conundrum. So this week was meant to be a guest episode. However, we're dumb and we fucked up, and the guest episode will be happening next week now. So this week, you just have to deal with us again. Um, we definitely didn't go a minute without recording, because as some of you may notice, I've acquired a new microphone. I don't know how it sounds in Discord, but I tested it just for like when I'll be doing videos and stuff, and it's so much fucking better. It may,
It does sound better.
yeah, because Mars said it sounded worse yesterday, and I'm like, he's got to be capping or something.
Well,
'Cause-
so yesterday, I don't know if it was your internet or the mic or something, but it was like crackling at times. Was what happened yesterday. Like I heard it popping.
yeah, maybe because I have
But
my
I
pop,
haven't heard any of that
I
today.
have the
So
pop filter on, so maybe that'll do it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
that's all it was yesterday. It wasn't really the quality of the mic as much as like you could just hear like occasional pops.
I see. Maybe it's pop filter. Maybe I don't know. I'm still trying to. I mean, not that the audio interface is particularly difficult to use. Um, but I've changed like the gain amount on it, and then
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe I had an extra setting on that I didn't mean to, but it does sound really nice, especially with like audio filters and stuff like that. And I haven't tested it that much. Um, Going through a big equipment overhaul. I also switched editors. Not that I edit the podcast, but um, so
Like editing programs.
yes, I have gone from Premiere Pro to DaVinci Resolve Pro,
Interesting.
which I no longer have to pay a subscription fee.
That is fair.
Which is the one big thing.
I've been always trained on Premiere Pro. I've used a few other ones, but that's always been my like base program. So
Yeah, it was what I used in high school when I had like film classes. But I never did like that super in-depth editing, and so it's probably gonna be an easier switch than it would be otherwise.
yeah,
I mean, I did like some interesting editing things in high school. I definitely don't remember how to do any of them, which is a non-issue now. Not that I would ever use them. They were like very niche specific things that I wouldn't use in my what's it called anyway, my videos. So like it was a lot of like just real life stuff. Like the most complex thing I think I did was like cloning myself. Which is, I mean, just a matter of like having a stationary camera, splicing footage, stuff like that. Anyway, but I switched over, and I mean, there's some cool stuff that I can definitely take advantage of. It's a very convenient platform from the looks of it. I'm sure I'll learn it quick enough. But yeah, I'm excited to have a mic that doesn't peak at every R sound that I make.
You do sound better, so.
Yeah, this is like, it doesn't sound as loud as what I would say. It's a much like smoother, like it's just a smoother sound than it has been.
Gotcha.
Which very epic.
Yep. All right, PK was saying something before we had to
Restart.
restart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tee.
So there's always this running joke with Daniel and all of my idol shows about how they breed like rabbits.
They do.
And we have another Bandori coming.
Is it a new band or what? Like,
so yes, but what it is we had the Bandori Mygo season just ended.
Yep.
Like a couple days ago from this season, and what it is there's Bandori Av Mujica, which is another new group that's kind of like sisterly related to the Mygo story. That is also going to be coming, and there was way too much drama in the Mygo show to handle them both, so now we're going to have a show for the other band so we can know what they're about.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's really exciting. I still need to finish Mygo because I've been slammed and moving around, and I still have not watched the last 2 episodes. But it'll be fun.
So
and there's another Bandori for Daniel to complain about how they breed like rabbits.
Breed, holy.
It's the bands, the idols, they all just keep coming into existence. They don't end because anytime they get to the end of one, they just create another one because they can.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's how you milk the fan base. Huh?
it's infinite money glitch.
Yeah. Wait, is this so? This band was like in MyGo, but it's just not focused on them, or like the new one.
Not exactly. The band was part of MyGo because the characters are all like related to slash know certain MyGo characters,
Mhm.
and there are some things that tie in all of the characters together. But I haven't watched the last two episodes. And I think that if I remember right, there's something in the finale that would confirm some of the stuff I have thoughts of. But this is just another group that's coming around the same time with a lot of characters. They're just connected to all the MyGo character stories. And so this is kind of like a secondary group to
Okay,
that story. I think based on the way the episodes have been set up, I think the stories happen somewhat at the same time. I don't know that for sure, but just based on stuff I've seen in MyGo, it kind of felt like this group probably had developments happening in the background that I wasn't seeing just because of a few random things. So I kind of feel like it's going to be similar to how like Index and Railgun happened at the same time. I think it's going to be something like that.
okay. So just another side of a simultaneous story, I guess.
Yeah,
Right.
I think
Yeah.
it'll be two
I saw
stories
the
that are pretty much simultaneous.
I saw them on YouTube. They all like wear masks. Is that like their
Yeah,
concept or whatever?
they do all wear masks. I don't really know. I don't know much about this group.
Okay, fair
Um,
enough.
I don't even think the well now all the voice actresses are officially announced, but up till like a couple weeks ago, we didn't know who all the voice actresses is. We, in very big quotation marks, didn't know who all the members were.
Right.
Um, we obviously saw the masked characters, and you could tell from their designs when a character would show up in MyGo, like, oh, it's probably that girl. But none of it was technically confirmed until recently.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. I always like the different concepts and stuff that they have. So
Their music's
cool.
pretty fun too. It's like
Okay.
very different from any of the other Bandori music, but it's still pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Cool. Hopefully they
But
release
yeah,
some covers. I always
that's
like those. The
yeah.
cover songs that they do because I
They
feel like
will eventually. I would think so MyGo just got recently added to the game. I would assume Av Mujika would have about the same route where sometime around when their anime ends and they're officially like we know their story and everything, they'll be put into the game. And once they're in the game, that's when conversation about things like covers start happening.
okay, makes sense. Okay, fair enough.
But it should be fun. That's about all I can say without being super spoilery,
Okay,
I think. But it'll be good. MyGo
gotcha.
was probably my favorite season of Bandori. And I say that without even having finished it. So
Wow, this is that good that 2 episodes remain and still the best.
there were some really frustrating parts because it's high school drama moment, and I don't always like high school girl drama.
Yeah,
But overall, I think it was probably, without a doubt, the most well written Bandori season.
gotcha. Makes sense. Are they
And
uh are they adding like what's the name Ave Mujica to the like new game or like is it just
we don't know. I mean,
yeah, okay.
we can kind of assume they will but like MyGo is the same thing. When MyGo got confirmed, like like a year or two ago at least, um, they just got added to the game near like
Right.
the end of the anime. Like,
Okay.
there's a pretty long period of time where we knew that MyGo exists. They existed. They'd been announced. We even got songs from them and stuff like that, but we didn't necessarily know how they related to Bandori, other than the fact that they were marketed as a Bandori group.
Okay.
But like
So,
Bandori's had other things like Argonavis, which has its own game. Obviously, that's a male group. but I say obviously as if anyone knows. But
I didn't
as a
even know they
male
had a
group,
male group. I didn't even know
that
that.
is a male group. They have a few male groups through the Argonavis like family,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
but we didn't know if Maiko was gonna have its own thing going on, if they were gonna join the Bandori cast. Now we know that, and so it's a little easier to be like, well, if Maiko's in the Bandori cast, then Avyujika being like their sister group will probably also be in the Bandori cast.
Okay.
I keep calling them sister groups, but at the point where I am in the anime, they like freaking hate each other. At least like some of the members.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
I think they'll end up
Infighting.
being friends because it's Bandori.
That's how it always is.
Yeah.
For anime, yeah. I always got that shit.
Or it takes a very dark route and they kill each other.
Yeah, wait.
It
When's
becomes a
that
very
gonna
much
happen?
different story.
I could see it happening with these groups. I could see two of the characters specifically
I don't think they'd write
battle
that
to the
in. I
death.
feel like this.
Absolutely not, but it would be funny.
That'd be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny.
It'd certainly be unexpected among the fandom. Don't know how they react to that one. Yeah. There were some things I didn't mention last week. I didn't think about, so I guess I'll bring those up now. I watched. This is like not even worth bringing up. I'm just gonna say it to say it though. I watched the Index movie.
Okay.
And that is all I have to say on that.
I was gonna say I assume it was one of the movies of all time.
It was certainly something. That's for sure.
Where does that line up in the timeline?
It's non-canon.
Man,
I think it's non-canon anyway. It shouldn't be. It definitely doesn't tie into the main story at all. So I'm pretty sure it's non-canon.
Fair.
Yeah, it's an animated original movie.
It's just not.
But
good.
I had watched. It's just it's just not. It's just
Okay.
dumb. But I had watched me and someone else had watched every other piece of Raildex accelerator bullshit.
You
So
might
we're
as
like,
well.
I'm like, hey, we skipped the movie. Do you want to watch the movie? It's like, yeah, fuck it, sure. And we did. It was bad. But I also I read 5 chapters of Instant Bullet, which is Aka Akasaka's manga that he did before
Okay.
Kaguya.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say I'm not familiar with that, even when you said Aka, but now I
Yeah.
see.
I've seen 2 ends of the spectrum. People either, I feel like, really like it or really don't like it, or maybe, I don't know, or like they just see it as mid. It's like kind of interesting right now. I can see. See, this is what happens when I read 5 chapters and I stop. It's been 2 weeks or whatever, 3 weeks since I read it, so I don't remember everything. It felt very on the nose with some of its character stuff.
This the first thing that you'd have written,
I don't think it's the. Let me look real quick. I don't think it's the first, but it's
or at least like the
close.
first like published.
No, he had one from 2010.
So he had a few before this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Let's see what this is. So Hayai Hanashi ga Iku Utsuka. It's a dojin. All right.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't
hell
mean,
yeah.
that doesn't
That
automatically
doesn't mean
mean
it
horny.
doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean
necessarily.
hell yeah.
It doesn't seem it. At least it was a one shot from the look of it. But he made that, I guess. Sayonara Piano Sonata. He also made, which was 3 volumes long. Guess it got axed. Probably.
It's like
Maybe.
light novel
Apparently it's a
stuff.
romance.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
robotics note. Oh, it's a fucking anthology. Never mind. So he did pretty much one real serialization before Instant Bullet, and
Yeah.
he did monthly. It looked like for Instant Bullet, and so I don't know if it was the same for the piano one, but maybe I don't know. but I would say Instant Bullet probably his like biggest thing before Kaguya,
Yeah.
and obviously he had back bangers with Kaguya, the Oshinoko, Love Agency to be determined.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah. How many
huge.
chapters of Love Agency is out now?
It's 11, I believe. It went on hiatus along with Oshinoko, so
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
we haven't
So
gotten
you
one in a while.
play what's the game he plays? Valorant?
Valorant. Apex.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Apex. You're right. He is. It is
Yeah.
Apex.
Took his
So you
Apex
can play
break, yeah.
Apex.
I don't think it's actually why. Apparently, it's like health
It's
reasons,
not.
but
Yeah, it's not what he said. Why? And I believe him. But it's funnier to say it was the
it
Apex.
is funnier to say it was Apex, yes.
I believe him. I believe him. Yeah.
Right?
Did you notice like any similarities in terms of like that this one Kaguya and Oshinoko, like in terms of fighting style? I guess I don't know.
He
Is it-
likes
Read
his
5.
like twist beginning is like the only way I can put it. I've only
Okay.
read 5 chapters, but it like they're longer because it seems like a monthly serialization thing.
Right.
So I
Okay.
in this 5 chapters, I've technically gotten like 10 chapters probably worth of material, 10 to maybe 15 or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it kind of follows like the same formula where he feeds you a piece, he feeds you information on what you think the story might be, and then he flips it on its head, which I guess he didn't really do with Kaguya. It always kind of was like
Yeah, he never really did anything that crazy.
it wasn't really like a twist, but Oshinoko
closest-
and Love Agency are both like
I guess I can say that. Well, I could. It's covered in the anime. I'm gonna say the closest we have to the twist in Kaguya is the fact that there's actual development.
yeah, I
mean,
guess.
yeah.
I mean that's just a given for romance in general. No matter how long it takes, eventually development happens. Speaking of which, the Takagi manga ended. I haven't read it in a very long time, but maybe I'll have to. I think maybe it's about to end in October or something. It's going to end soon, and so like the biggest no progress romance ever will surely end
We'll
with progress.
surely have progress, Copium.
Yeah, even if it doesn't, there's the spinoff.
So there've been like I guess like not talking about the manga, like there've been 3 anime seasons. Like so there's no progress throughout like
Takagi, there's 3 seasons and a movie.
and there's been no progress from
I
beginning
wouldn't
to
say no progress, but progress
thing
is a
is-
strong word.
okay.
Yeah, isn't Takagi like one of those that barely even touches the romance aspect just because it's more of like slice of life in these 2 children's life? I actually don't know how old the Takagi characters are.
They're like
They look like
they're,
children.
I want to say 3rd year middle school.
Yeah, that's children.
Early teens. Yeah.
So like they're about to enter high school basically.
It's like so young that they barely know what love is at that point
Sure.
anyway. So it's like a
Yeah.
coming of age romance, I guess.
I guess.
That genre of stuff is so hit or miss because they're all like that, where it's like you have a friendship that's like at its core very platonic, but it's also like the characters are also into each other clearly, but their friendship isn't like built on romantic interest is how it always feels to me.
But like if no progress being like a part of it, I don't know. Then it's like, what's the point of the romance aspect of it? I don't know. I guess
Well, there's
that's
like
why
some people like it. I don't know.
it's always
that's
one of those
why
things
I
where
describe it the way that I said, because there are romance things, but like for the most part the characters have a much stronger platonic relationship to each other than romantic relationship, and that's why
they
it
Yeah, I
they
guess
progresses so
drop
much
little
slower.
breadcrumbs is the
Okay,
thing.
so it's not the focus. Yeah, I guess makes sense.
I mean, maybe it ramps up focus more towards the end, but for the most part, it's just her teasing him.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's just difficult for that type of stuff, I guess, for the most part. I mean, not
Yeah.
always. Like Kubo kind of started off more on the like not like teasing, but more platonic side, and then eventually it hit its more like romantic stride.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, there's still a lot of manga that never seem to hit that. And they just keep going and going and going and going.
That's crazy. I don't know. I can handle that. But yeah, I guess if the platonic part is the focus, then it's fine. But like, I don't know. I just hate that stuff. Like when like
They're
romance
always
doesn't
very slow
progress.
developers.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, being slow is one thing, but like if nothing happens, it's like, oh my god, you're killing me.
But I mean,
Oh,
that's why I like to differentiate this like subgenre the way that I described it, because I think most of them, if you're getting into them for romance, it's like you need to know going in that, hey, the actual relationship between these characters is like platonic developing into romance. It's not usually
sure,
outright romantic from the beginning.
sure, I guess, yeah,
Or it's like somewhat romantic, but they don't even realize that they like have those types of feelings because they're middle schoolers.
sure, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
just
think
can't
Not
get
that's
invested in teenagers.
one of my biggest problems with uh Ayumu, or when Ayumu make his move. Same author, of course. Um, it's I haven't read it in a little bit, but it's been on this track where like it feels like something's about to happen, but it keeps like blue balling for chapters and chapters and chapters. Like we're 198 chapters in, and anytime I think something's actually about to like progress, it doesn't, because the main
Mhm.
character is fucking stupid. Like the like the endearing dense person.
yeah.
Sure.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating when that stuff happens. I hate when I hate when the fucking side ships move like infinitely faster. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like side ships and stuff. They're nice to be there, but they shouldn't be like a supplement for
Yeah. The side
uh
ship shouldn't be the answer
satisfaction.
for romantic
Makes sense.
satisfaction.
Yeah.
Um, I guess while we're covering current events also, because we won't talk about this too much since neither of you watch it. One Piece live action got confirmed for a second season.
Oh, actually confirmed. Right.
Yes,
Actually confirmed.
actually
Like
confirmed.
a
Actually.
real like Netflix greenlit it and that type of stuff, not just rumors.
Okay. That's good.
Yep.
So I have some theories on how that'll be laid out, but since you guys aren't readers, we
Mm,
won't talk about them.
no, but I mean,
There's a few options they have. It's really interesting.
so
Writer's
from
strike
what I've
needs to end first too.
yeah, what I've
Of course.
seen from like at least what I should say read from like articles and stuff like that, it doesn't like directly follow the manga, right? Like it jumps around a little bit at least, right? So
It changes up a bunch of stuff, but for the most part, it still followed like the same arcs,
yeah,
if
okay.
that makes sense. So
Yeah,
there
yeah.
are some pretty major differences, some big, some small,
Mhm.
but it follows roughly the same arc structure, which gives us an idea of like, okay, season 2 will also probably follow some similar arc structure. The
Okay.
question I think is, where is it going to end? Which is kind of dictated by how many episodes they're going to have. But
Right.
there's like two spots that I think would be decent endings. There's like the slower paced one and the faster paced one.
I assume it'll probably just be eight episodes like the first season, right? Like I don't know.
That's what I would think, but I think if they could do 10 episodes, they could do the faster paced one, but without like deleting large amounts of content.
Okay.
They would still probably have to delete some smaller pieces of content, but that's life.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah. I I'm I kind of want to continue watching it, but like I don't know. It was just so like it's just weird,
I
dude.
mean,
I don't know.
it's like the definition of the word zany. Just
Yeah.
one of
Okay. Wait. That's
those
actually a great way to describe it. Or like I should say. I mean, yeah. That is actually what it is. Yeah. Yeah. It
yeah.
is actually like the definition of the word zany. Like I don't know. It's just
Yeah, I will not consume any One Piece until the manga's ended.
it's too zany for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you waiting
Once
until the manga's ended, or are you gonna wait until it's like close to ending?
maybe when if they're like, okay, there's 10 chapters left, then maybe like, okay, fuck it, when it's
Okay.
time.
Okay.
Just so I don't get giga spoiled on Twitter, even though I have One Piece muted, so I'd probably be like slightly fine.
Well, I mostly ask because I think one of the most fun things with a series like One Piece is going to be reading it while it's ending.
Right. Okay.
When that day finally comes, I think it'll be like fantastic to be reading One Piece for those like final arc chapters.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get baited in by the author. He's gonna be like, oh, we're in the final arc, and then 10
Yeah,
years
yeah.
later, it's like,
It would have to
just
be.
kidding.
It would have to be like they found the One Piece and we're entering whatever the last phase of the series is going to be from like tie-in stuff, and that would be around the time that would be like, all right, now is the time for people who haven't read to catch up, because by the time you catch up, there'll probably only be a handful of chapters.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to be reading weekly for years. This is basically how this is gonna go. I also don't need
Oda
my Twitter
does,
flooded with fucking One Piece.
yeah. Oda does love to say that there's 5 years left in the series and not elaborate, and then a few years later say, yeah, there's about 5 years left in the series.
Now, he don't know how long he's gonna be writing for. It's just
I get it though, because he's probably like just writing what he wants to write, and then all of a sudden it's like twice as long as he wanted it to be.
yeah, he just sucks
It's
at
like, oh
estimating.
shit.
I have the it's the ReZero problem I brought up. Tappy sucks ass at estimating to the point where he has had to split an arc into two. It's
I mean,
just when you're I mean it's a good problem to have. You should write like don't
Yeah, he's
constrain
clearly
yourself.
writing his story.
Yeah, you shouldn't
Yeah,
constrain
exactly.
yourself to fit like a set plan. If you stick to a set plan, then you're gonna fuck yourself over when you really want or need to do something, but you just kind of be like, yeah, this is how I want to end it, or this is how I decided to end it 10 years ago. Even though things have clearly changed now, I will keep this.
Yeah. Unless you're Horikoshi, then you should end immediately.
Yeah,
Remember when that was supposed to end a year ago?
yeah. He's like, yeah, it'll end within the year. Here we are, almost at chapter
It'll
400.
end before 2023, and here we are in September. It's still going.
Yeah, it'll definitely make it to 2024 too. Probably. I mean, not that I haven't read it in a little bit, but I'm sure it's
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
haven't read it in a while. I don't actually know if it's popping off or not, but
I see mixed things a
it's
lot.
been
People are
very
like, oh, what a
quiet.
chapter, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Fuck, I was
But
about
yeah,
to make the comments.
new One Piece live action
I
season
was gonna say
for
something
everyone
about
who's been
something.
waiting.
Now I can't remember it. I should have said it before I made fun of my hero.
I guess, yeah. For me, I just I caught up with like the 4 episodes of Link Click that I hadn't seen yet. I mean, I know I
Is
haven't.
season 2 ending this
Yeah,
week?
there's one more episode
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
Dude, it's anyway. I don't want to go into too much but it's like it's so hard not to because it's so good. It's like actually like crazy. Like I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's happening. And then like the preview for like episode 12 was like crazy too. So yeah, I'm super excited for the ending of that. Well, I say super excited for the ending, but like I'm sad that it's gonna end. Um, maybe there's season 3. I don't know.
I caught up
Um,
on a lot of my seasonals too. I think when it ends and when I get my reading into order, I'll probably will also join the reading Reign of the Seven Spellblades party. I'll be eternally behind everyone, but
Yeah. I guess, like, on that topic, it is actually going to be 15 episodes. No OVA bullshit. It's just going to be...
nice.
It'll be the 13 in the summer, and then the last 2 are in October.
Nice.
So I think after the episode today, we're entering Volume 3
Right.
content.
Yeah. Interesting. So we've only covered 2 volumes. That's a pretty good pace.
Yeah, the first 6 episodes were Volume 1.
That
And
feels like a pretty solid pace.
yeah.
Like, I'm sure there'll still be things from the first 2 volumes that were cut or that'll be worth reading, but that at least implies that like a lot of it was covered.
Yeah, like, it's just like a satisfying not like a mind-blowing adaptation, but it's a satisfying one, I guess.
Yeah, what would be crazy is being told that the first volume was just this season, because
Yeah,
that
that doesn't
86 adapted at that speed.
Yeah, and granted, it like kind of
It's still cut a little bit.
there's always stuff. It's always stuff in this light novel moment, basically. That's what reading's for, though.
Yeah.
As long as it
How
does like
much-
a decent job, it's whatever.
Wait, so how many volumes are there in total so far now?
Oh, spell blades.
10?
I think it's on 10. I have 9 on my shelf, but
I was gonna say, didn't you just get 10?
I just got 9.
Or was it 9? Yeah.
I think 10 recently came out. 11. Never mind. Plus one side storybook.
Gotcha.
So let's see. Light novels.
I mean, that's a pretty good amount for like just gotten anime.
Yeah, the 11th came out March 10th. I think the side story one, along with that, whatever SF means, that's probably the side story one, I assume. 12 actually released. What the fuck? Okay, Lioness. 12 released July 7th.
Yeah, that's a good amount of books to be. Is that in English or just overall?
It's overall English. The release date for novel 10 is going to be January 23rd.
That's not bad then. Still, that means it's probably been releasing English since long before the anime, I would assume.
English started December 1st, 2020. Just a couple years after the initial start.
Not bad.
Indeed.
I don't think there's anything else this season that I'm gonna read.
I read like a
don't
few
think I'm gonna read the
chapters
villainous
of.
anime. I've liked the villainous anime quite a bit, but I don't think I'm gonna read it. I'm not gonna read Helk.
I read a few
Probably.
chapters of Saint Cecilia Pastor Lawrence. I'll probably catch up to that when the anime is done or whatever. That'll just be my. I mean, I don't know what the release schedule for that is, but that'll be my replacement fluff for all the fluff that
Is it a
I've been
manga?
losing. It's 4-koma, yeah.
4-koma.
Yeah,
Nice.
that new term that I just learned. Yeah.
Yes, we love 4-komas.
Yeah.
I would potentially read Saint Cecilia Pastor Lawrence, but I don't feel like an urge to per se. It might just be one of those things that randomly one day I'm like, oh, I read it, Daniel. Zom 100's like halfway through the season, so maybe
I
I'll read it.
thought about
we get
reading it.
deeper.
Like, fuck, dude. It's just such a weird production
We
schedule.
yeah. Can I finish the adaptation first?
Are there still delays? Like,
Oh yeah, like this
Really?
week's episode is being delayed a day again for like the third week in a row.
I've heard like people like are really
Which
mad
like
about that.
in and of themselves, day delays aren't really that big a deal, but it's just doing it so consistently just shows such clear problems.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
indicative, and we still don't know. I think it's like the last 2 episodes. They're gonna get like 86th probably.
You think so?
They don't have when here's all right. They're all here, our guys. Here's the schedule. We don't know when these last 2 episodes are gonna air though, and they haven't even been able to stick to the schedule that they gave out so far because of the delay. I guess like TV wise, like it airs on TV on time. It's just the streaming gets delayed by a day for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just it's a rough one.
They're not having a good time.
What are the reasons for the delays? Did they?
There's an overwhelming production, dog shit schedule, stuff like that. They were working with Studio Shaft, and then Shaft's like, man, fuck this, and they just they left the production basically. I think they like help with the backgrounds, and that's it. But like they don't have their name in their credits anymore. Yeah, it's just a shit show basically.
Damn, that sucks.
Which is funny because like when the episodes have aired, they've been pretty good, or at least I thought so.
Yeah, they've been fine when they air. It's just
been airing issues, which I respect, but at the same time, it's like too much. Like I respect the fact that they're not just releasing subpar dog shit and saying, "All right, here's your episode."
Yeah, they're just not releasing anything. but I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's still better, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's their first anime as like a studio, so they gotta like
Right, yeah.
not fuck it. I think they should have. I don't. I think the smartest thing you can do as a new studio, is to just make like slice of life for a little bit until you're acclimated. Like
this is a really big undertaking for a studio's first adaptation.
yes.
Yeah.
Like just take like a Doga Kobo around. Just make a bunch of slice of lives for however long they fucking did that.
Yeah, take someone's favorite romance anime and go adapt that.
Exactly. Just adapt like fucking Kaoru Hana. That's like free money at this point. And then after a while, once you've developed your studio a bit, then you can take a shot on a bigger project, and then you go from there. But no, they decided, fuck it, we're just big right out the gate, and then they fucked themselves.
Big, and then also like seemingly pretty high standards for production, which is like
which
in
is
and
good,
of itself
but
not
also
a bad thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
But
that's
it's like
obviously going to delay it if everything isn't on point. Yeah, if you have
Yeah.
high standards.
which is quite literally what it is, I assume. Like what the product isn't up to par with what they want, and so it's getting delayed. But the problem is the delays have been so frequent that it's like just showing all of the cracks with the process.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think yeah, I've just been hearing a lot like on Twitter and stuff about like how people are just like really disappointed, I guess. Less mad, but more disappointed about the delays. But I don't know, you can't really do anything about that. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
Well, I mean, I think the most unfortunate part is that because it comes out as quality, people want to watch it.
Yeah,
Right.
and people want to watch it more and more and more. Yeah.
And that because if they were delaying it, but it was dog shit, no one would care.
Yeah, of course. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like things that for next season. Is there anything that you guys are looking forward to? I feel like there is.
I
I
haven't really
mean,
looked at next season
everyone
much.
probably, free written is obviously the
Free
big
Written,
one.
big. We'll probably
That's based on manga, right? I feel like I've
Yes,
heard of
based
it.
on a
but, like,
manga.
we'll probably talk about a lot of these too, and when it's closer.
Yeah, I mean, obviously
But,
we'll have our end of season video, beginning of new season.
I thought the first episode of Eminent season 2 was actually really good. I know.
Oh, this is the one you guys
It'll
watched at
be
Anime Expo.
yeah,
right?
we watched
Yeah.
this at AX, and so a lot of people haven't seen it. Obviously, just anyone who would have been there, but we watched the first episode, and I thought it was pretty good. So I'm a little bit excited to see how this season goes because I thought the first episode set it up really nicely, and that was one of the things that I felt like season 1 of Eminence just kind of like fucked around and found out a lot. So I liked that through this episode I felt like I had a clear idea of what this, at least the first part of the season, is going to be about.
Yeah. Apparently, we were talking about things taking their time with adaptations. The first season did 2 novels, I believe. And then I think the second one is only going to be doing the 3rd novel.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I have my opinions on Eminence. I think it'll be easier to consume in a single chord fashion as opposed to getting the same joke for 20 episodes. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot about
next
the
season is when the
Apothecary Diaries.
Yeah.
So I'll take a look at that one for sure.
I only remember the telepath anime because I think we talked about it on a podcast. It has new art, but I'm pretty sure we talked about this.
I don't know if we talked about it. I don't know. All I remember is one day I saw it got announced, like the little key visual they had, and then I put on my planning and then moved on.
It's also Idolmaster Million Live is coming out, which will be exciting.
Another idol show for you to consume.
Yeah, but it'll be my first IMAS.
Oh yeah, I feel like I've heard of this series like a lot. Like I'm surprised you
There's
haven't seen it.
a ton of Idol Masters. So I tried to start Cinderella Girls at one point, but then I decided I was gonna watch it with Mr. Mars one day, and it's been perpetually waiting to be watched since then.
Classic.
Yeah. Wait, I'm actually surprised because like I don't know. I feel like I've seen like so much
I've
of
heard
this. Like,
mixed things about some of the other seasons too. Like if I like all the IMAS stuff, like if I like Million Live, I'll probably go back and watch a bunch of the other ones. But at the
Mhm.
moment, it's just kind of hasn't been one that I've messed with much.
Right. Yeah. Okay. This seems like to be like less of a school setting thing, based on like
This
what
is
I'm looking
not.
at.
This is not. This is post school. Like
Yeah.
this is the side because we had the conversation about how idol shows are formatted. This is the side of idol shows that's more like a business. Like
Mhm.
they work with
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
agency
Like
and
an
stuff
actual
like
idol
that.
company. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about Million Live specific, but what I've seen of the other IMASs, it's they work with like production company and stuff like that. It's not a school club.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
I'll
is
be.
there firefighter anime?
Wait, there's a firefighter anime?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah.
This is like my first look at most this season, to be honest.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at a lot of it. Yeah. I'll be interested to see the 100 Girlfriend one though. I think it's just such an out there fucking premise.
Is that next
Yeah, it's next season.
season?
I think it's gonna be 2 core as well. So that'll be
I'll plan
interesting.
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's just
There's
like when you have like the harem genre, you either have to be like really good at what you're I don't know, like a Quince type of thing where you actually get people invested, um, or you have to be so fucking outlandish with your premise for the harem that it just makes it entertaining. Like I think it's like a draw of Data Live is that it's just so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Um, even though I think it gets serious, more serious later on, but like the start of it, I mean, it's like there's the progression of the goofy premise into making you care. I guess that's what this will be. Because I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, fucking one day maybe this. Like, imagine this gets a full adaptation. You have like 100 fucking voice actors in like one little room.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
don't
funny.
think that's happening.
I don't know how crazy the source material is for how many he's gotten also, but I'm sure it's like some dumb number by now even.
Yeah, I mean, this is like
Because I mean, if you're gonna get to
Oh, I
100,
see.
you have
Yeah.
to be like pumping the numbers at some point in the
Yeah.
series.
yeah, it's like the biggest problem with all like, and it's like kind of Data Live's problem too at this point, which I think season 5 might be the last season, which is good because there's too much now. When you have one guy interacting with a large amount of like, I don't know what the fuck Data Live's on, like not over 10, I don't think, but it's already too much.
It's
I can only
still a
imagine
lot.
how difficult a 100 is going to be to balance. Like, it's just too much at a point. I feel like this is it's like a lifelong work that you're trying to
Yeah.
get towards if you want to actually finish this out,
Yeah.
which I guess it will at some point. But
Well, I mean, the
There's
concept of this one is just like he like based on what I'm reading from the premise, like it depends on how much they want to like actually invest in like 100. Like I really don't believe that they'll actually have 100 voice actors or something ridiculous like that. Like,
I mean, they gotta
I
have
mean,
100 girls in source material first, and
yeah,
then they
they
can
get
think about 100 voice actors.
yeah.
yeah, it's I don't know.
I mean, think about how many voice actors there are for like One Piece. I know it's like a very different scale, but like
Yeah,
there are
Yeah, I mean
hundreds of voice.
it's a logistical nightmare, but like
Yeah.
you can get it done.
I mean they can just like skip things, right? Like they can not skip, but like they can condense like this. I mean, from what I've
Honestly, yeah. A good comparison is probably Gotcha games. Gotcha games have like hundreds of voiced girls all the time.
uh
Sometimes they will
They,
like Precon reuses voice actresses at times,
oh yeah, you could do that obviously.
but I mean it's probably just easier to like grab. I mean you can this is a good opportunity for like newer talent, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Girl 99 isn't gonna be like surely so important that you know, you just like can't throw someone out to the wolves, see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah. Especially if it's like 100, like they're all like kind of minor characters. I mean, I shouldn't say minor, but you know what I mean. Like they're not main characters. So like, I don't
Yeah.
see why they. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't see an issue with like having just like minor extras, basically. I should say, because I don't think they'll go into detail with like every single girlfriend. Like that would be crazy. I mean, that'd be cool, but that'd be crazy to have like a story for like each of them. But yeah, I just
I
don't
mean,
think
there
that's.
probably is a story for each of them, not
Yeah,
like
but
a
like I
long
mean,
one.
how much detail would they go into? I don't know. I haven't,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know much
I
about the
think
series.
it's
So.
easy enough to like get a story with each of them. The harder thing is to continue to implement them as time goes on.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's a interesting. There's always these like large scale premises that like they're very ambitious, and I respect them considerably. I just don't know how this is gonna get done.
Yeah. We'll see. They only have a few characters listed, but I think there's obviously more, right?
There's
Um,
probably a considerable amount. Yes.
yeah. Um, let's see, the original.
Like clicking on the manga here.
Mhm.
If all of these characters that are listed here are his girlfriends, let's see, that's 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, 23, 24. Oh, there's more. Fuck. 25, 26, 27, 31, 32. Assuming all of the that guy that looks like a guy actually. That's definitely a guy as well. Okay, I'm gonna go with 30 as my general estimate based on what I'm looking at here.
Nice.
So yeah, it's I don't know. I think the funniest thing it's like it's just like such a I don't know. The more insane part about it is that like if he doesn't accept like all of them, then anyone who he doesn't accept dies, and that's just fucking hilarious to me. I don't know. It's just such adds just stakes to force this harem into existence. I don't know. It's just very out there. I can respect
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I know nothing about this the original manga or anything like that. Yeah. How many chapters are there in the manga like so far that have been published? Because it's still ongoing, right? Like
Um, I mean, yeah, it's on obviously. Like if
yeah.
they're only 30 in of 100,
Yeah,
then
oh
that's
yeah, true. If they're
yeah,
30 out of 100, yeah.
yeah. We got time. I don't know. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Because like the thing they could do is like I mean, if you have multiple seasons, which who knows whether this will get a second one, then yeah, I mean you could just divide it up. But yeah, that's interesting. I've never seen a premise like this. Like guy dates 100 girls. Like I mean, I know there's harems, but like I don't know, it's kind of crazy. So
Let's see.
let's see.
The mangas. Let's see. 100. Oh, this incomplete list is frequently updated. I don't know. I have no fucking clue at this point. At least 149 chapters based on what I'm looking at here. Which is, I mean, 149, and you're like. Here it says girlfriend's 21 dash, so I don't even think he's at 30 yet. He's got some time.
Okay, he's got some time. He's got 70 more. So yeah, 70 plus.
Yeah, I mean, it started in 2019, so I mean, based on how long some things go, yeah, this could go for a while. Dude, definitely set him up because, like, I feel like once you start reading this, you're just kind of in for the ride. Like, you have to get to 100.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's quite something.
yeah. Another thing I did this week was I watched another anime movie, which I mean, uh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just becoming like the anime movie guy. I watched a movie called Suzume, and I mean, I know you guys mentioned it that you kind of wanted to see it. I guess like it's made by the same studio as
Your name
Your
and
Name.
it's
Yeah,
weathering with you. Yeah.
yeah. Wuthering with You is the one I want to see next, actually, because
I'd watch your name first.
I've seen Your Name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was like the funny story I feel like I've told where it's like I didn't understand like the movie. I didn't understand that there was time travel because I was like
Oh
I was
my
like hyper
god.
fixated on something and like I don't know for some reason it just didn't make sense to me. But then someone explained it and obviously made sense after. Um, but yeah, Suzume, I thought the animation was really good. I didn't care too much for the story or anything like that, but animation was great. So I am looking forward to Weathering with You because I mean that studio, like even in Your Name, I remember there were a lot of really cool animation moments, like uh, just with the panoramic view and like rotating and like making it like pseudo 3D, I guess is like the best way to describe it. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know. I really like actually um, that studio and like what they do in terms of animation. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully with a better story. I didn't care for Suzume's story, but there is a talking chair. I'll say that there's a talking chair in Suzume, which is
And
very interesting.
there's something.
um, so yeah, they have some other movies which I haven't heard too much about. Uh, yeah, I just don't know much about them. But Your Name and Weathering with You for sure, like some of their most famous ones, I guess. Um,
Yes, very much so.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that, and then we'll see. uh, I think another one I want to see is the one you saw, Daniel, which is the I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. That's the actual name, right?
Yeah, I want to eat your pancreas. Yes.
Yeah, that one I want to see too. So I think I'm just becoming a movie guy. I don't know why, but there you go.
I guess
So
it's
yeah,
like you don't have to like dedicate to a whole season,
yeah,
but you
exactly.
also still like consume like a decent amount.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, obviously, I'm still like finishing up like Link Click, and I have to. I still have to watch. I still have to complete like the third
Sweet
season of Attack on Titan.
reincarnation.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm the movie guy now.
Yeah. The last part of Attack on Titan is November 4th, so you have until
Right, yeah.
then to catch up.
Uh, didn't they like release like I guess we already knew it, but like the name of the new season, like
Uh,
I
t-
heard some announcement, like
oh, fuck! I wanted that. Oh my! You remind me what I wanted to say earlier when I
yeah,
fucking
okay,
brain farted. So apparently there is a new Attack on Titan project. Don't know
okay,
what that means, but apparently it's called Attack on Titan Fly or some shit like that. And that I think it's October they'll reveal new information about it. Um, I don't know, maybe it'll be like a sequel or something. I don't know, but if this is what the ending died for, then it better be fucking good. Is all I'm gonna say. Um, I don't know, dude. It just be. Obviously, they're not gonna let it end.
right,
Um, if it is like a sequel or something of in that regard and it like ties into how Attack on Titan ended and stuff, then I'm going to put back my tinfoil hat on that I think they paid the author an absolute fucking bag to end it like how he did. Just so they can continue it. Because I don't think he's not going to draw. He at most he would do a story for it. But I don't think he's going to do that either. So I don't know. I just let it die. Is my opinion. Even I guess I don't know. I know it's like they're probably like their biggest fucking grossing thing ever for Kodansha,
yeah, for sure. Yes.
but like I don't know, dude. It went on for a decade. It ended. Just let it rest. We'll see. We will see. I can't talk shit on it until it exists.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know about that new project, so that's interesting. Yeah, I think that's like the thing I need to finish next. But yeah, I'm just trying to get through some of the more famous movies and see how that goes. Um, and then I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I was looking up some new. Let me see if I can find the actual article. We're talking about live action, I guess, with the One Piece thing. Um, gosh, let me find the. I gotta find the article. I just had it open earlier today. But there's like a series that had like 4 live action films already. Like, have you heard of this thing called Kingdom? I don't know if we mentioned it last time or not, but
I don't think we
apparently
talked
this thing
about it
has had like
last time, though.
yeah. I feel I heard that has like 4 live out, or like the 4th one is coming out soon, I think, which
I
is
don't know.
like
I
crazy
know
to
it has
me.
like 5 anime seasons. It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a really big manga. Like I think it's supposed to go on for like a very long, a
Oh,
very
for
long
sure.
time. I've thought about reading it before, but it's one of those things where the scale is so large that I don't feel like committing to. If I commit myself to something extremely long next, it'll probably be Berserk.
Okay.
Um, which I read like 2 pages of Berserk at like when I was at the airport, and then I saw there's just an S on the page. I'm like, okay, I guess I can't read this in the airport then.
It's too much.
Not for public viewing.
Right,
Uh,
right, yeah.
Not that I expected Berserk to be for public viewing. I just didn't think it'd be that quick that I had to close it.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, because like I can tell I'll probably fucking adore Berserk, but I just haven't read it yet.
Okay, makes sense. How many chapters is it?
It's like 300 something right now, I
Yeah,
think.
that's right. Yeah, that
Um,
sounds about right. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the how much of the manga has been covered in anime?
I don't fucking know, dude. All I
Yeah,
know is that the 2016 anime gets memed on for how bad the CG
for being
was.
bad. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind then. Stick to the manga, I guess. That's probably a better idea.
Yeah, it's never
Um,
had like, oh holy shit, okay. I just found
yeah.
something that I will be apparently Medalist just had a shit ton of updates. What the hell? I guess a new volume got up or released, so that'll be cool. I get to read all
Yeah.
those. I was
Okay.
on chapter 28, and now all of a sudden there's up to 35. So I don't know
Oh,
what the
okay.
fuck. I had to just be like a new volume drop, I guess.
Yeah,
Like I can go to Kodansha website, I guess, actually, and just see. No, volume 8's not out yet. I maybe Scanlation. I don't know. I'll find out. I will find out. But
how like what kind of or I guess like did you did you like what you read, or like would you I mean, despite the length, do you think it's like worth reading for like
of what?
anyone? Berserk, like of
I
the show.
literally read like 2 pages.
Oh, only 2 pages. I thought you said like three. Never mind. Okay,
No,
only
no,
2 pages.
not
No,
like two.
you
No,
don't know
just
much about it
two
then.
two
Yeah.
pages.
Yeah, I've just heard
Solid.
so many like good
Yeah.
reviews like about it. Like
I mean,
people like freaking
I
love
think
it.
it's the
Yeah.
highest rated manga
Yeah, it is the
still
highest.
on Mel. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. I've never. It's just crazy. Like from 1989. Like that's just insane to me. Like
Yeah.
I cannot believe that. Like, but yeah, it's loved by a lot of people. So that makes sense. It's just I've just never heard of like a. When did One Piece start? Actually, I'm curious now.
One Piece
It
started in
was
97.
so far ago.
97.
1997. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's still like insanely long. But I mean, makes a lot of money and people love it. So I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I guess like if you think about it, like Pokemon was a while back, but it's just like there's different arcs to it, right? So like, um, and there's like a whole separate aspect of like the media franchise, like with the games and stuff like that. But it is still kind of crazy that it's been lasting this long, right? Even something like Pokemon since like '96 or whatever. I forget when it was, but yeah, it's just it's just crazy to me, like how long some of these things have lasted. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It'll be interesting. Like, I mean, we're in like a pretty new age of media, I guess technically. So there's not like a lot of I there's like limited case study, I guess, on like how long certain things might run. Like it might just get longer and longer as time goes on for certain things.
Mhm.
Like, uh, like there might be a new Berserk esque length, like from '89. Like maybe something starts this year that goes on until like
Yeah, I
2060
don't.
or some shit like that. It's just there's
Yeah,
not a
I'm
lot
not
of
sure.
sample size.
Yeah, it's also I guess it depends on like um I mean, I don't know how fast volumes are being released back then, but I assume with like modern well, it also depends on the writer's standards, but I assume with like modern technology and stuff like that, you can get things out a lot faster than you could in, freaking 1989, right? So, there's that also that can make it like a similar length, but like take less time, right? Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like from 1989 like that long is like crazy. Like I don't know if we'll see something like that. And even then, it might be like people might just be more into like shorter stories with like um or shorter arcs, I guess, like different separate arcs. Uh, and just like
I mean, Berserk
shorter
has
story
like
in general.
like
Yeah.
separate arcs and stuff. It's not like,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there might be
No, I
like
mean,
one
yeah, the
overarching
separate
goal,
arcs, but like
obviously, but
just shorter stories in general. I don't know. That,
I
that
think
feels like
people
the
do like
trend.
the longer ones though. Like
Could
people,
be.
of things that they like, the things that people like will continue to go on, and people will, develop their like cult following around them.
Yeah, that's true.
If as long as people like them, then it can keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that and also if the author is willing, which I mean, I guess kind of have. I mean, they probably are. Yeah. Um,
Well,
I think.
Berserk's author
Well, yeah.
unfortunately
Okay.
passed
I
away.
mean,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes. Okay. I just realized that when I said it, but like, um, I mean, something like One Piece, right? Like, I feel like that's. I mean, PK's the expert on it, so probably have to ask him when he's available. But like, One Piece it doesn't seem like they have the separate arcs, but like it doesn't seem to be one overarching story that has like a
I mean, they're just
concrete
looking
ending.
for the
You know what I mean?
One Piece is the
Yeah, okay.
story.
Yeah, sure. But like um yeah, I don't know. I guess it just depends on how you write like the story, how long you can keep it going, right? Like there's different ways to do it. I
I
feel
mean,
like that's
I gotta hand it to. I'd be fucking cooked after
yeah,
like
yeah, it is pretty impressive
a few like 5 years, let alone
for
like
sure.
fucking 20, 30 years of writing. Like
Yeah.
especially like the same story. Like even if it was just the same world, I would like
Mhm.
just branching off into something else. I could probably do it, but just one continuous story, I'd be like, fuck, dude. Where do I even? How do you not like just to get extreme writer's block of just like what the fuck do I even do? Um,
Well, I guess my point with One Piece is like how much progress have they made towards finding it? Like if that's the overarching story, like
yeah, I have no idea.
yeah,
All I
if
know
you
is
like
the One
yeah,
Piece is real. They found that out.
yeah. No, but like if you don't make the characters get closer and closer to actually like finding it or like achieving whatever end goal they have, right? Then you can
Yeah.
keep writing. But like obviously you're right. It still takes creativity to continue the story. And I mean it is impressive that he's been able to keep it going. But it's like if you don't make the characters like make significant progress, then it is easier, right? Because they're not, there's no like you're not getting closer to the end. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how I've never read One Piece. So I don't know how it goes, but like that's one way you could do it. Just don't make the characters make progress.
Everyone's like, "Oh my god, the world building in One Piece is so good." I'm like, I fucking hope it is. 1,000 chapters in, you better have a pretty expansive world out there. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
wonder how it probably is good, but like how is it a world that feels alive, or is it a world that keeps expanding because the story has gone on for a
Yeah,
thousand
that's a good
chapters?
point. Yeah.
Um,
Um
which I'll find out when it ends, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Then you can read it and then you can figure it out and then you have all your answers
I
to
can't. I should like simul watch or read or whatever the fuck Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece all at once just to give them all
God.
7 out of 10s.
Yeah, after 5 years
Yeah,
you'll be on chapter 30 of each of them. So yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
I don't know. I think it's just easier to do like the shorter burst shit. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah,
I think you have to be really, really attached to something to have it continue for that long and have people continue to read it. Because yeah, that's a huge undertaking for someone who's like, if you haven't read like a single chapter or episode, I guess for that matter of One Piece, like that is a pretty daunting task. So I think you have to really, really like it. Um, yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's kind of
not for me.
like ReZero is just an investment at this point. Like, eventually, there's gonna be like 50 plus novels sitting on one shelf. Um, I forget what the word tracker is. I think ReZero is like attempting to overtake the Bible in terms of word count or something like that.
What the heck?
Uh, what was it? ReZero word count. There's like a 0% chance I actually find what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is back from 2020. Um, yeah, I have no fucking clue. There's something I'd seen like somewhat recent. Oh wait, hold on, it's from July 19th. Let's see. Okay, I'll post a tweet. It's got a little image on it.
What is the Bible word count? 788.
The Bible is not quite as it's 783,000.
Yeah, it depends on the version, but yeah, it's about 780,000. Yeah, that's a lot. And ReZero is close to eclipsing that. I mean, to be fair, it is like multiple volumes, but it's still like a lot.
So ReZero's current is about 4.6 million words at most. And Wheel of Time, which I get is the longest word count in existence, is at 4.9, I guess. I don't fucking know. And that's just like, I think, because they're counting like Japanese characters as words.
Mhm.
So like if you like translate it into English, I think it just already beats it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm looking at a thing of Wheel of Time right now. That is it's pretty long, but
Yeah, 4.9 million words. Quite a lot of
yeah,
words.
yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see if ReZero can eclipse that. I don't know.
I mean, it will.
Yeah.
It 100% will at this point.
It will, but like
I don't know if
it's crazy to me.
I don't know if Wheel Time's like done or not.
Yeah, I think it is because like the last one was 2013, so
Okay.
I was looking at like the longest books or whatever, and there's one book that's like 3.2 million words called the Blah Story. Like I don't know. Uh, I'm not reading a book that's 3.2 million words. I'm sorry. That's just way too much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, it does make it easier if it's separated by volumes and stuff like that. Um, so yeah. I will say for ReZero though, like because like One Piece has how many episodes of anime are there now? Like a bajillion, right? Still, so that's
Of
still like
One
a daunting
Piece,
task for someone.
it's over 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, exactly, right. But like ReZero is just like I guess like 225 um episode seasons. Like someone wanting to get into that. I mean, they'd obviously be missing all of the uh novel stuff that hasn't been adapted to anime, but like you can still like get into it, right? Like you'd be waiting a really long time for everything to finish if you're an anime only fan, but like you could, right? Um, but like
Yeah.
One Piece is like, I don't want to start that, bro. I don't want to watch 1,000 episodes. Like, I'm sorry, I'm good. I don't want to do that. Um, so yeah, it's dedicated people, I guess.
Yes. Very dedicated. If
Like
you
the
like
game.
something, you can go
Yeah,
the
if you like
distance.
it a lot, you're good to go. Oh,
All
I just saw the plot, the
the
thing
chart.
about like the word count.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's quite a lot.
yeah, that's what you'd say. Okay, makes sense. Crazy.
All
That
right.
is insane.
What's also insane is that this video will be ending right now. That is going to be the end of episode 71. A very chaotic week. That was not planned to be chaotic, but
Just look forward to next week. We'll have
yeah,
our guest.
we'll have our guest.
We've sorted out the time zone issue. So
Yes, everything's all sorted out. Hopefully, so we'll have that next week. Breathe some life into the. When's the last time we had a guest? Oh, we had Mars 69.
Mars, two
What's
episodes.
okay? What's time we had a guest that
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
Mars?
that safe for work guest. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good one. Ed, I think.
probably.
Episode
And that
50
was
something.
back a while ago.
Yeah.
Episode
50 something.
56. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's been some months
So
since we've had a guest that wasn't on a questionable episode.
questionable. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. But yeah, it should be fun. Not that I know what we're gonna talk about or anything.
We'll see. I
Because
know
this
Atrix
this is like the first guest we're gonna have that isn't a set topic.
Mhm.
Well, I guess Ed wasn't that much of a set topic. Well, we did focus a lot on obviously like the psychology stuff. So
Yeah.
this one I have no fucking clue where this one's gonna. It's just gonna be
I
an
know.
episode.
I have some idea of what Atrix likes, but not concrete idea. So we'll figure it out during the episode. We'll see. We'll interrogate him.
Yeah, we'll start from square zero and go go somewhere.
Square Zero.
No clue what that episode will be like. However, you should subscribe or follow on whatever platform you're on in order to see the next episode when it does come out. If you are on YouTube and like to go to the audio only, you can go into the link in the description. It'll take you to our page, which will then link the subsequent platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. If you're on audio only and like to see the YouTube side of things, then you can go to Is the Order, an anime podcast on YouTube. Can't possibly miss it because we are the only one. Every Saturday, 3 p.m. EST, we will have a new episode up without fail, except for when we do. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in another episode. Goodbye.